Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sky and today I'm doing a face-off collab with Kat Revell here on YouTube. Kat is the grungy indie makeup queen, truly. Like, her looks are always so beautiful and her videos are so, like, calming to watch. Truly, I love her videos so much. Just everything about Kat's presence just makes me feel like cozy and comfortable. I don't know how else to describe it other than that. And also she's in a band, which their music, Peach Club, their music slaps. Their music slaps. If you're looking for new music to listen to, check her band out. They are fantastic. And Kat suggested that for our face-off collab that we would use the Lunar Beauty Moon Spell palette. Now, if you don't know what face-offs are, basically they were invented by Annette's Makeup Corner here on YouTube. I'm fairly sure that she came up with this idea. And basically you choose a palette that both of you own and one person will go on a random number generator and generate a set amount of numbers, and the numbers that correlate to the palette are the shades that you both have to use. I drew the numbers this time and I drew the numbers 2, 11, 13, 12 and 6. I'll hold the palette the correct way around so I can show you the numbers. Number 2 is this shade right here called Paige. 11 is this shade down here called Hermione, which if you watched one of my last videos you know that this is one of my least favourite shades in the palette. It's shit. I'm not excited to use it again. 12 is the shade Bonnie, 13 is the shade Marnie, and number 6 is this shade right here called Winifred. Now I'll go and swatch those shades out for you so we can see the colour story that we're working with. So the first shade is Paige. It's a nice, soft metallic, almost a satin shade, which y'all know if you watch my channel, you know that I dislike satin shades with every fibre of my being, but this shade is cute, it's just the finish isn't my favourite. Going in with shade number 6, this is Winifred. It's a really beautiful, warm, orangey brown. Truly, it's one of my favourite browns in my collection. Never would I thought that browns would be stunning, but this one is really beautiful. The next shade is shade number 11, and that is the shade Hermione. I hate this shade because it gets hard pan so quickly, and it's just not my favourite shade. This is kind of like, it's got micro glitter, it seems, in it, but it's not really metallic. I mean, on camera it looks metallic, but it's really not. Shade number 12 is one of my favourite shades in the palette. This is Bonnie. It is such a beautiful, like, caca type green. I love this shade so much. And the final shade that we're going to be using is shade number 13, which is the shade Marnie. Looks like this. A really nice dark olive green. I'm very thankful that we got mostly mattes because I love working with mattes and this matte formula is fantastic, but this is the colour story that we have to work with. I really like this colour story quite a lot. Part of me really wants to do this in the crease, this to deepen up, this on the lid, maybe this on the inner corner and this on the lower lash line maybe. So I'm gonna zoom y'all in a little bit closer and let's get into this look. Okay, so I've just zoomed y'all in a little bit closer and I'm just priming my eyes. I'm not flipping you off, I'm just trying to prime my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer. So I'm thinking I'm going to dip into Winifred first and put that in my crease as my main crease colour. This is such a beautiful warm brown, truly. Like, these shadows also blend themselves. Like, if you want a palette that you can do looks very quickly, I'd suggest Lunar Beauty's formula. Like, I mean, I'm barely, like, working with this. I'm just, like, kind of swiping it really fast, and it's just, it's effortless. I'm so excited to see what Kat does with this palette because her looks with Moonspell are just beautiful. So now that we've got that nice crease colour going on, it's such a delicious toasty brown. Like, I'm not normally impressed with warm browns because, I mean, it's a warm brown, but this one, hell yeah. I'm now gonna take this dark green called Marnie. I think it's called Marnie. Are you called Marnie? Yeah, it's called Marnie. Yes, I have to hold palettes very close to me. And I'm gonna take that on this small detail brush and I'm gonna put that as my deepening colour. I really love pairing like dirty greens with warm browns. Like they work together so effortlessly. And especially this formula, it just works. Like, I can't explain other than it just works. It's one of those eyeshadow formulas, which is probably my favourite type of eyeshadow formula. I just love how these blend together. It looks a bit like, it looks so grungy and so like autumn-esque, which I'm still in autumn mode. I do not want to accept the fact that it's winter. It is, don't talk to me about it. Winter is the worst season. Don't at me. I'm gonna go back in with my initial brush and just blend out the edges. Just to add a bit more warmth as well. I'm really trying to think how I'm gonna add this purple in because I don't want to use that as my lid colour. But I feel like using it on my lower lash line is a bit of a weird move. I don't know. I do not know. Alright, so now I'm gonna do my lid shade and I'm going to take the shade Bonnie and put that all over my lid. I haven't done like a matte lid in a hot minute. So we're just gonna... Oh. She cute. She pigmented. The main thing that's throwing me off, like, I mean, this colour story, we got a pretty decent colour story, let's be honest, Kat. We got a pretty good selection of colours. I mean, any excuse to use this green shade? Any excuse, honestly. Like, we could have gotten all shimmers, and I mean, as much as I do love an all shimmer look from time to time, just the shimmers in this palette are a bit of a weird mix if you used all of them together. I'm just pissed that we have to use this shade right here, this fucking shitty bronze. If it was good quality, that's a different story, but that is like the only dud shade in this palette in my personal opinion. The palette is bomb other than that, honestly. And I really should work on a 3 looks 1 palette video with this palette, but I have so many 3 looks 1 palette videos I have to edit, it's not even funny. But this Bonnie shade is one of my favourite greens ever. Like, it's so nice. Like, it's vibrant but also super grungy. I'm thinking of using Hermione on my inner corners, and maybe, are we allowed to layer something else on top of it? Are we allowed to? I think that's cheating, but I can't cheat. I can't do that. I can't do that to Kat. Okay, instead I'm actually going to take Sabrina. Is it called Sabrina? Is that your name? Piper. That's the name. This might be a weird combo, but screw it. This eyeshadow brush has a bit of sparkly shadow from when I did a look the other day, so that could work in this shadow's favour. I know a lot of people do like this type of metallic formula, this kind of like satin metallic, but it's just not my personal favourite. It's not for me, love. Not for me. Now I'm gonna take a brush, if I can find one, this brush right here. This is one of the ones from one of the ABH palettes, and I'm just gonna take this and try and blend this out a little bit so it doesn't look super harsh. I have no product on this brush. I'm just gonna diffuse it a little bit. Diffuse it to the point where it's kind of disappeared a little bit, but we can always add more colour on top of it. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of Piper and just put that on the very inner portion. The very inner portion, just to add some colour back. Now I'm gonna go back in with Winifred and I'm gonna fluff that on my lower lash line. I will put a bit of Hermione, like here somewhat, but kind of to the point where you can barely see it. That's the point. And as always, I'm gonna make this super smoky because y'all know how much I love a smoky lower lash line. I want to look tired, essentially. I might put a purple in my waterline just to tie in with the rest of the purple we've got going on. I really like that I'm using the thickest blending brush ever for my lower lash line. I really said I do not want precision, I want smokiness. If you are curious, this is the NYX number 16 brush. I have 2 of these. These are fantastic. NYX brushes actually slap so hard. They really do. Like, oh my god, they're really underrated. Alrighty, now I'm gonna go back in with Milani right there just to deepen up the lower lash line a little bit. And then connecting it with the upper lash line as well. The upper lash line? The upper lid. Doesn't this look absolutely terrifying? Like, I feel like I look scary every time I do this. Every time I blend anything on my lower lash line, it's like, this is my sleep paralysis demon. Sometimes I forget that I'm recording a video and I just sit here silently blending and I'm like, Sky, why don't you speak? And as much as it breaks my heart, I am now going to take Hermione on the inner portion of my lower lash line. I am not looking forward to this. I just don't like this eyeshadow. It just does not work. It's nasty. There's no sparkle to it. It's just poo. It's poo. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spray my brush a little bit and see if that helps. Oh, you know, hang on a minute. That kind of works. I mean, it's just kind of adding some random sparkle to my lower lash line, but because this color matches the crease color perfectly, it kind of works. Okay. Okay, so I've finished up the lower lash line and I've done some mascara. Now, I'm not too sure whether to put a green or a purple in my waterline. I think I'm gonna go for the purple. I want to tie in that inner corner with the rest of the look, so I think a purple waterline shall do that. Now I'm trying to think of what to do for the rest of my face. Part of me is tempted to do a yellow blush with this look, but I feel like it wouldn't really go down so well, so I think instead I'm gonna take my orange blush. This is Tendrol from Lethal, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of that on my cheeks, just to make it look like that we're more bronzed. If you put on bronzer and you think, I don't really look bronzed and sun-kissed enough, use an orange blush. It will easily take your look to that level. And of course, I'm putting it on my temples as well. This will also tie in with the crease color that we did to make sure everything looks uniform. And I personally prefer tapping motions when it comes to blush instead of swiping. I do like to swipe up here to diffuse it a bit more, but where I want more pigment, I stamp. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Why am I telling you guys my secrets? Because sharing is caring, Sky. Sharing is caring. Now for highlighter, of course you can go in with any color that you feel like. I feel like most colors would suit this, but I'm actually going to dip into the Space Age Prophecy highlighter from Kaleidos, because this is like an orange, you're not going to be able to see it on camera, it's like an orange to green multi-chrome highlighter, so naturally I'm gonna use that. Oh, fuck yes. I'll put it on this side as well so you can see it better. That is magic. You're not going to be able to see the shifts on camera, but it is truly, truly out of this world. Low-key I want to add lashes, but I don't know, man. While I deliberate on if I apply lashes or not, I'm going to apply this lipstick from Lethal. This is the shade Quest. It is the perfect squash, orangey, grungy colour. I love pairing this with grungy looks, especially this palette. This lipstick and this palette, match made in heaven. Of course you could also do just a standard brown lipstick with this, but any excuse to wear this lipstick, I'm gonna take it. Okay, I'm thinking about it and I think I am gonna put on lashes. These are the style November from Wiki lashes. I'm gonna do that off camera and come back because putting on lashes on camera is a feat in itself, so I'll be right back. This lash is glued down a little bit dodgy, but thank God that this is the eye that I take photos of. So that right there wraps up my face off with the Moonspell palette that is done in collaboration with Kat Revell. Thank you so much, Kat, for doing this collab with me. It was so much fun, and I am obsessed with the look. I think it looks absolutely adorable. Full details of this makeup look should already be on Instagram, which is Beauty by Sky right here. Do follow me on there if you want to see more makeup content from me. You can also follow me on my other social media. I have a personal Instagram, I live stream on Twitch sometimes, and my Twitter are all linked down below, along with my Ko-fi link if you'd like to send me a coffee. Again, I will link Kat's channel and her video down in the description below. Please make sure to check out her look because I can already imagine that it's absolutely stunning. And as always, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!